What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the DC Collectibles, DC Essentials, Shazam, and Black Adam. Here we do have Shazam and Black Adam in the packaging. What we're going to do now is actually take a little break, get these guys opened up, and then we'll have a better look at the figures inside, so stay tuned, everyone. And so here we have Shazam and Black Adam posed and out of the packaging. But before we have a look at the figures, let's mention the fact that these guys do not come with any accessories. We don't get any alternate hands, no alternate head, no lightning attachments. We just get Shazam and Black Adam. We don't get anything else. So with that out of the way, let's actually move on to their details. And so here we have a closer look at Shazam, and I have to say I really do like the head sculpt on this figure. It really does look like the Rebirth Shazam. Now, if you have been reading the Shazam comics, you'll know exactly where this costume is based off of. I really do like this costume. The head sculpt looks just like he was taken out of the comic book. Although you could say that it also bears a striking resemblance to Superman. They could have also used this as a Superman base, because, I don't know, I like this head sculpt. It looks like Shazam, but it could also be used as a Superman, so I really do like that. You can see he does have his hair combed back. Really nice. I do love the fact that the eyes are stark blue and you can see them. Unfortunately for mine, the face is a little bit dirty. You can see some smudging going right here on his forehead, right here on his cheek, and then we get some right here on his jaw. It is a little bit unfortunate, but it's something I can overlook, seeing as how you're not going to be looking at the figure close up all the time. So I really do like the way his head sculpt came out. As far as his costume goes, we get the basic essentials body. Now, for me, the waist isn't fully attached. You can see a little gap right here underneath his, or right over his belt. I can't seem to get that to go down, and you can see even moving it, it looks like that's going to pop right out, and I'm actually scared that that might actually come off at some time. As far as his body goes, we have the standard essential body with a few new parts to it. His forearms are actually retooled parts. You can see they have the cuffs right here with a lightning attachment, or lightning bolts going through them. So I really do like that. His belt is also a new piece. You can see it has a little circle, and then you can see the lightning bolts going all the way around onto the back. Really do appreciate that. We also do get this really nice cape, and you can see it has a nice gold trim going around. The hood is actually just right here. It's really small. I would have preferred a hood that could maybe fold over, or just something more that you can see. And then you can see he has more gold trim right here. Really do like that. Gold trim running down the length of his cape. Unfortunately, we don't have gold trim right here at the bottom of the cape. I would have liked to see that gold trim continue. I don't know what it is about the gold trim. I just would have preferred having it at the bottom as well. And unfortunately, they didn't put the gold trim on the inside of the cape. You can kind of make it out, but from the inside, you can see it's really not that noticeable, which is a little bit unfortunate. Again, Shazam uses the standard essentials bulk. He does get some unique boots, so I really do like the fact that his boots are really unique. You can see it has the hexagon right here, some rectangles, and then continuing on the back, like right there. Really do like Shazam and Black Adam's boots. Those are some really nice boots they have on. But as far as detailing go, that is Shazam, so let's actually take a look at Black Adam. And so here we have a closer look at Black Adam, and I'm just going to say, as far as these two figures goes, the only thing separating them is the head. The head is the only thing different about these figures. Everything else, from the cape, the body, everything is the exact same, with the exception of the paint job. So let's actually take a look at Black Adam here. Really, really loving that head sculpt. It looks like a really classic Black Adam, with the exception that he has normal human ears. Classic Black Adam kind of had like sharp elf ears. They weren't like really long, but they weren't human-shaped ears. Really do like this face sculpt. It looks like Black Adam. And Black Adam is actually one of my favorite DC villains, anti-heroes, whatever you want to call them. Just really loving this head sculpt. And I do want to point out that his skin tone is actually darker than Shazam, which I do appreciate the fact that Shazam and Black Adam have two completely different skin tones. Really do like the lightning bolt right here. I would have liked to see the lightning bolt sculpted on both of them, but as far as the detailing goes, it's pretty okay. You can see there's a little bit of smudge right there. Some of the gold paint is peeking through. But really loving the way this Black Adam came out. Again, the cape is the exact same as as Shazam. You can see the hood right here, the gold trim going along the rim right there. We also, I'm actually surprised it doesn't have the gold trim running along its side right here. We have the gold trim right here, and then running down the length of the cape, just like with Shazam. But we have the exact same cape. I would have liked to see Black Adam's cape tattered and torn a little bit because he is a more violent and aggressive character. He wouldn't have a pristine cape. I think that the supervillain's cape is far superior to this one. Again, he uses the exact same body all the way to the cuffs and the fist. Although one thing I would like to point out is that his belt is actually wrong. Shazam is the one that has a circle in the belt. Black Adam has a triangle. It's actually something that they did just to save cost, is use the exact same body, exact same everything for this figure. I would have liked to see Black Adam with his own unique belt and maybe a bigger torso, because Black Adam needs to be imposing to Shazam. But again, really do like the detailing on his belt there. Going all the way down, you can see, unlike Shazam, his costume blends into his cape. I do appreciate that. We do have his boots, and mine is actually, like, the boot does rotate, but this is actually helping him stand, so I'm really not complaining. Really do like the way their boots look, and I think Black Adam has a more nicer boot with the black and gold. It just stands out much better than the gold and white. So overall, I think these are really nice figures. Would have appreciated a little more care into the Black Adam figure, but for what it is, it'll do the job. So what we're going to do now is actually compare them to a few other figures you may have in your collection. So here we have Shazam and Black Adam posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops. Here we have them posed next to a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have them posed next to a DC Universe Classics Shazam, and unfortunately I do not own a DC Universe Classics Black Adam, so I don't have him to compare, but it's essentially the same figure. And finally, here we have Shazam and Black Adam posed next to a DC Essentials Superman, and you can see they're all relatively the same height, so I do appreciate the fact they're all in the same scale. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at their articulation. And we're just going to have a look at Black Adam's articulation because they are the same figure and it doesn't make sense going over the articulation twice for them. They both have a ball joint in the head, although you don't get too much up and down movement on them, and you get really slight head tilt. They do have a hinge in the neck, which lets them both look up about that far, looks down about that far. Let me see. Oh, Shazam actually has a better ball joint in the head. No tilt, but it is there. They both do swivel at the neck. Both have ball hinges in the arm, which go out to about there. Do a full 360, no issue there. Have a bicep swivel. Both of them bend at the elbow at 2 points. Have a swivel and a hinge in the wrist. They both do have an ab crunch, which goes forward to about there, goes back about there, but they both have this issue where the paint doesn't continue all the way up. Would have liked to see that paint actually continue. They both swivel at the waist. Legs do go forward, back, and out all the way. They swivel at the thigh, bend at the knee at 2 points, although that joint... Okay, there we go. You don't want to force these guys' joints to move because then they might break. DC Collectibles is known for using a brittler plastic. They both swivel at the boot and then have this really terrible design at the ankle where it goes back and forward, and you can actually rotate that. But the ball joint also rotates, and it does make posing these guys really tricky because you have to have the ankle just right or they're not going to stand. And luckily they're both standing here. So what we're going to do now is actually take a little break, get them posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Black Adam and Shazam posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like the way this set came out. I am really disappointed that we didn't get any accessories with this bunch. No lightning attachment, no alternate hands. Just something to show that these guys have powers would have been nice. I would have liked to see some lightning cans that we saw with the Icon series. Or maybe just lightning attachments that we saw with the DC Collectibles Zoom. Overall, I think that's a really missed opportunity, but that doesn't take away from the fact that these are really nice figures. Black Adam, of course, could use some more detailing with the tattered cape and maybe a bigger body, but as far as the set goes for what you're getting, this is a pretty decent set. If you're a fan of Shazam or Black Adam, you're going to want to have these guys in your collection. As for me, I don't actually have a Black Adam in my collection, so having one now actually does make me a little bit happy. Even though there are better Black Adams out there, this is still a really good figure. If you are looking for the DC Essentials Black Adam and Shazam, they are starting to enter your local comic book stores right now. So if you are looking for them, go check them out. I was lucky enough to pick up my set from Asylum Comics, so huge shout out to the good folks there for getting this out to me so I could review it for you guys. If you do plan to pick this set up, it is going to run you about $50, which is what you'd expect to pay for a DC Collectibles 2-pack. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other DC collectible videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.